What's up, fiends? Alucard here. Today, we have my first Dollar Tree Theater video, and we are covering Kung Fu Zombie from 1981. It is on this compilation of 7 movies, so I decided to watch Kung Fu Zombie first. So this movie is directed by a guy named Shan Hua and stars Billy Chong as Pang Phong. So this movie is about a criminal named Lu Dai who dies and becomes a ghost. And so he enlists the help of a wizard to uh, to get him a body to like reincarnate. So along the way, he meets up with a vampire and also the man that caused him to go to jail, uh, whose name is Pang Fong. So anyway, in the beginning of the movie, the wizard brings back 4 bodies from the grave, and they jump up and they are like hopping zombies. They're hopping. It's hilarious. So then we meet Pang Fong, whose father is kind of a tyrant, I guess you could say. He keeps trying to train him, even though he doesn't respect him. And it's this weird little kind of side story, I guess. And the dad has a weak heart, so like you think he's dead, and he's laying there like, and he's not. He comes back to life like 5 minutes later. It's bizarre. So Ludai and all his the bad guys, they're like hanging out at this like grave site, and Pang comes in, and they fight. Pang, Pang's the one that got him arrested in the first place. So they fight. Um, Ludai falls on like a bed of spikes and dies. Lightning hits his body, and he kind of comes back as a ghost. So he needs like a body to host him, or I guess he'll fade away. They never really explain it. So anyway, along the way, uh, the the wizard or priest. Sometimes they call him a priest. Sometimes they call him a wizard. Most of the times they call him a wizard. But the wizard, he's really like inept and just, um, it's kind of like if the Three Stooges character was the wizard. That's kind of what it is. This movie is straight up slapstick the whole way. Like there's not like a moment they're not trying to be funny, pretty much. And like I said, along the way they actually end up awakening a vampire who also has issues with Pang. So the vampire goes to Pang's house and there's a big old fight there. So Pang ends up killing the vampire guy and gets a bunch of money for it because there was like a reward. Yeah, all this crazy stuff is happening like all at once, and none of it makes any sense. But it's totally fun. The wizard tries to get Lu Dai into the vampire's body, but instead he kind of awakens the vampire again and makes the vampire invincible. And we learn 2 things. We learn that the ghost has 3 chances to enter a body, or I guess he'll fade away. And the other thing, two places that ghost cannot go. One is a temple, and one is jail. I get the temple. I don't get the jail. In the big finale, Pang meets the vampire and Lu Dai in the cemetery. So Lu Dai ends up getting back into his own body, and then Pang defeats the vampire by sticking a tree branch like in his head, like boom. Instead of staking him in the heart, he kind of like stakes him in the head, which I thought was actually kind of interesting. Um, and then so like all the bad guys are dead, the wizard's still around, and then basically all the people that died like arise and go after the wizard, and that's how the movie ends. Um, this movie is hilarious. If you're in a mood for slapstick comedy, I highly, highly recommend it. A couple of things I didn't like about it. Um, the whole movie is paced like so frenetically. It's very like pew pew pew, and like the cuts are just like there's like 1,000 cuts per fight scene, and it's insane. This movie's insane. Um, it does slow down a bit, I guess, toward the end of the second act, and I don't know. That part got a little bit boring, I thought. But it's only maybe 10 minutes or so, and then it starts picking back up again. And the other real complaint I have is like there's really no character development like for the hero Pang at all. He's just like a dude that knows kung fu, and that's pretty much all you get out of it. And he has this crazy dad. So yeah, this movie has hopping zombies, criminal ghost, a vampire that does kung fu, inept wizard, bad dubbing. The dubbing's atrocious. And of course, just slapstick throughout the whole movie. So if that sounds like a good time, I highly recommend it for you. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I had a lot of fun with it. I thought it was pretty funny, and I'm glad I watched it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed my first Dollar Tree Theater. This is my name is Alucard. Remember to stay spooky. Base.